be it in quality or in any administrative or personal problems. Unless we find out the basic reason for the problem and solve the problem, we cannot solve the problem permanently. Hi, this is Jagdish Kumar R doing this presentation in detail based on the demand by several viewers that I should cover the subject in such a way that even the beginner should be able to comfortably apply this most important concept, which can only lead to permanent solution to any problem, be it personal or official. This concept is called as root cause analysis or RCA in short, and this presentation is done for the beginners to be able to step by step understand the concepts and implement and gain a benefit throughout their careers. Now, what is root cause analysis? Root cause analysis is a process for finding the most basic reason for failure. Means it's all work is a process, so is the case with root cause analysis. Here also we follow a process, systematic steps which we discussed as we move forward to arrive at the most fundamental reason or the basic reason for the problem to occur. Once you understand the most basic reason, which is called as root cause, only you can do the permanent solution. Here, always please remember, we should look at improving the processes, we should look at improving the systems, not on who is wrong or blame game, which will lead to most of the problems getting swept under the carpet and thereby not being visible. So here, let us not blame people. Let us try to have positive frame of mind to improve the processes and systems. Root cause of a problem is not the symptom. There are two words to know root cause. The other counterpart is symptom. For example, if the child comes running to you and says, I'm feeling sick, you find from the forehead there is temperature. Now, temperature is the symptom. Root cause could be a viral infection or a bacterial infection. If you keep an ice pack on the forehead, reduce the temperature for safety of the child, this is only temporary. As you know, as you remove the ice pack, again temperature goes up. So the permanent solution lies in understanding the root cause and eliminating. You take the child to the doctor, doctor will diagnose, find out whether it is a bacterial infection or a viral infection, provide medication, and thereby the problem gets permanently solved, because now you have solved the problem at the root cause level. So we understood now whatever problem statements are told to you by your family members or by your subordinates or team members, they are only the symptoms. You need to do some analysis to find the underlying basic reason for failure, that is the root cause. Once you know the root cause, only you can come out with corrective action, a permanent action, so that the problem does not reoccur at all. Please remember, this is a process. Process requires time and patience. So root cause analysis has to use the tools which I will explain systematically later, but it will need patience as well as time. There is no shortcut here. Shortcuts are dangerous in engineering, dangerous in management also. Moving forward, why determine the root cause? Because you want to eliminate the recurring problems. Eliminate rework or scrap, because you know any rework that happens due to defect or any scrap that happens is a waste, and thereby financial losses are suffered apart from the delays. If you solve the above, definitely your company will be more competitive. You will be more competitive and productive. You have to promote through root cause analysis and permanent solving of problems customer satisfaction, make customers happy. Not only that, you must look at fulfilling the requirements of stakeholders. For example, if I make the cheapest product through most economical process, customer will be happy. In the process, if I am releasing banned, prohibited pollutants, Pollution Control Board will give me a red notice. So you understood, it is important to fulfill the needs of the customer, but you cannot ignore the requirements of other stakeholders also. Ultimately, the root cause analysis and problem solving helps in enhancing safety, ensuring legal compliance. Please remember, safety and legal compliance are subsets of quality. They are not different entities. If you do all these, obviously quality cost, the money you waste because your current quality is not up to the mark, gets reduced, and you save the money, thereby become more competitive and lead to more customer satisfaction and more business. Where should RCA be done? RCA should not be done on all the trivial small problems. It should be done on significant or unsafe events, because safety, legal compliance are now subsets of quality. Repetitive human errors in a process will cause a lot of variation in the output, which is not good for the process. Variation is the enemy of the process. So error elimination is one of the objectives of root cause analysis, which is most prominently covered in Aerospace Standard 9100 and so on nowadays. Repetitive equipment failures will bring down your productivity, your throughput, your production cost will go up. That's why they have to be solved through root cause analysis. Performance below standard cannot be tolerated because they lead to wastages and financial losses, which have to be avoided through root cause analysis. Analysis has to be done if you have to understand the root causes, because what you see from problem statements, they are only the symptoms. How to do or how to determine the root cause? Form a team of knowledgeable people, preferably cross-functional team. Together everyone achieves more. What I miss, then second person will be able to pick up, and so on, thereby making the solution more effective. Define the problem. A problem well defined is problem half solved. It's very, very important to clearly define the problem first. That will be the direction provider for your future analysis towards eliminating the problem. Collect and analyze the data. Any decision should be data based, not perception based. So collect the data, analyze the data to see what are the problems, what are the significant causes for the problems, then come out with the corrective actions, the permanent solutions. Compile possible causes. With the best tool to compile all the possible causes is the cause and effect diagram, called as Ishikawa diagram or fishbone diagram also. Use facts to systematically eliminate the insignificant causes. You may have 30 to 40 causes listed in the cause and effect diagram, which I will explain in my future presentations. But you need to find out the vital few, because if you apply Pareto principle or the management principle, you find out of 100 problems, only 20% will be significant. This small 20%, if you attack, your jump in performance will be higher by 80%. That's why it is called as the 80-20 rule. Huge advantage of using the Pareto principle. You go after significant problems, not insignificant problems. Take action on significant causes to eliminate them. That's called as corrective action. Develop possible solutions. Any problem should have 2 or 3 solutions developed by your team. Then only you are resourceful. You should not go with one solution to management. Select the best out of it based on the feasibility to implement, economy, quick results, sustained results, and so on. The generally found issues could be communication lacking, so improve communication. Work instruction lacking. Revise work instruction, include the instructions so that the problem does not reoccur at all. Additional training provided to people, and so on. Are examples. Monitor and assess improvement. Once you implement the improvement, you need to periodically check to see whether you have really achieved significant improvement. That is done through periodic action called monitoring. This is important because what is not monitored is not controlled, and what is not measured is not improved. Repeat analysis if problem persists. You have solved one root cause, still the problem is happening, but with lesser frequency. That means there is one more root cause to be identified. You have not found out all the root causes. This is important to know. Solve the second root cause, the problem will get eliminated most of the times. Moral of the story is one problem can have more than one root which are independent to one another. What are the tools for determining the root causes? The first tool is 5 why tool. In very simplest way, I will explain in the next slide. Pareto analysis, we discussed only 20% of the problems out of 100 problems say would be vital few significant. If you solve those 20% problems, you jump your performance up by 80. This is a great tool. Brainstorming, where people sit together, they state the problem, then come out with the ideas. Flowchart is where the process flow or process steps are written one below the other in rectangular blocks. This helps in consistent output irrespective of the people, irrespective of the time gaps. But most important point as far as root cause analysis is concerned is flowchart can be used as a diagnostic tool which will help you to pinpointedly identify the process step where the problem is occurring and then solve permanently. Cause and effect diagram is an idea generation tool. It can be for personal life or in official life. Please use cause and effect diagram to generate all the possible causes for a problem, identify the significant ones from them, from process knowledge or data, then solve them for maximum benefit to eliminate defects and create high competitive organization. Tree diagram is a slightly higher end version of cause and effect diagram. I'll explain this in future presentations. Benchmarking is where I compare my inferior performance I want to improve with the performance of others who are better than me. If that second group is within the organization, it becomes internal benchmarking. If that second group I am comparing is outside the organization, it becomes external benchmarking. Benchmarking is more realistic compared to the theoretical target setting because you have the confidence that somebody else has already achieved it, you can also achieve. Now 5i tool I told I'll explain in the simplest language. Now here the problem is tire flat, means flat tire. The owner drives the car inside the garage and suddenly the car tire gets deflated. Why the car tire is getting deflated? He questions. He finds small nails on the garage floor. Now the question comes, why the nails on the garage floor? He found out a box of nails on the shelf just above the car had split open. Now the question comes, why the box split open? Because cardboard box containing the nails got Now the question comes, why the box got wet? Because rain droplets were dripping through the sheet roof of the car shed onto the box, thereby making the box wet and soft. This was because rain was dripping through one hole on the roof sheet. Why this? Because one of the hook that was holding the roof sheet to the rib was missing. It had fallen down because the nut holding that had become loose. Now the permanent solution is visible. Put the hook back in the slot, then tighten the nut. Now both things happen. The hook is gripping the sheet to the rib as well as the hole gets plugged, thereby permanently the dripping of water is solved. It's a very simple and useful way of understanding 5i concept. This can be applied in technical area, it can be applied in permanent personal life also for permanent solutions. Common errors in root cause analysis are like this. Looking for a single root cause. I already told there could be more than one independent causes. Identify. How to know? You solve one root cause, the frequency of problem comes down, but the problem is occurring rarely. That means there is second root cause. Causing or symptom level issues. You analyze and then close the problem at that level is dangerous. For example, as I told, temperature of the child, if you try to reduce, it's a temporary solution. Don't close your analysis and bring the solution at a symptom level. You should solve the problem at a basic reason for failure, that is root cause level. Now, if you do the why analysis also, if you do not go up to the basic reason, stop somewhere in between, the problem will not get permanently solved. For example, you did the why analysis 3 times, you found that the cardboard box was getting wet due to rain. Now you shift the cardboard box so that it is away from the rainwater. But this is not a permanent solution. The dripping water can cause some other danger within the car shed. So it's not a permanent solution as you visualize. You should ask why till you reach the basic reason. You may have to ask why sometimes 3 times for simple problems or even 7 to 8 times for complex problems. Please remember, don't stick to number 5 alone. So it requires some deep diving and analysis to know the root cause. Then only you can solve the problems permanently. This is the major message please carry with you. Now there are 3 basic types of causes. This slide will help you to quickly understand the type of cause and to come out with the solutions. One is the physical cause. For example, the accident happened because there was a brake failure. It's a physical cause. Why the brake failure happened? Because the mechanic did not fill the brake fluid into the braking system. Why he did not fill? There were 2-3 people attending to the servicing of the car in the showroom. Each one thought the other person would take care. This is the problem. Everybody's responsibility becomes nobody's responsibility because everybody thinks that somebody else will do the job. So how to plug this? Make one person accountable for filling the brake fluid. Process owner concept, which is now followed in global companies, which is great because now it happens without any failure. So causes could be physical, it could be human error, or it could be organizational causes like policy does not exist, instruction does not exist, roles, responsibilities, accountabilities are not established, and so on. Now just to recap, why determine root cause? We understood unless we know the basic reason, root cause, you cannot solve the problem permanently. What is root cause analysis? You know, problem statement given to you is at symptom level. You clearly define the problem, draw cause and effect diagram, find out all the possible causes, use your process knowledge or Pareto analysis if you have technical data, then find out the significant causes. For the significant causes, you find the solutions, more than one solution, select the best solution and implement. This becomes the root cause analysis. When root cause analysis should be done, it should not be done on all the problems. It should be done on very significant problems, legal problems, or safety issues. How to determine root cause? We discussed already. Define the problem clearly. Draw the cause and effect diagram or Ishikawa diagram or fishbone diagram. Find out all the causes. Find out the vital cause from them, from your process knowledge or data. Say Pareto analysis. Solve the vital causes. You will solve the problem permanent. What are the tools to use? As we discussed, 5i tool to arrive at the root cause. We had an example also covered. Pareto analysis, which helps you to funnel 100 problems into 20 major significant problems and then solve them. To capture those 100 problems, definitely cause and effect diagram or tree diagram will be useful. You do the brainstorming along with the data to find out the vital causes. You find 2-3 solutions for the problems and implement the best solution called the corrective action, which is a permanent action so that the problem does not reoccur at all. As we discussed, for a successful root cause analysis, the solution that comes out of this analysis should permanently eliminate the problem, not reduce, eliminate the problem. Please remember, root causes identification is a tricky task. It is like a slippery bar of soap. It can get out of hand. You may lose sight of it or you may forget that within no time. So best approach is to note down your findings immediately. Hope you are not saying this to me. If you think your mind is full, you will not be able to receive new ideas. Always think that you have further space in your mind to absorb new things and learn new things. Everybody is a learner in his or her lives. Thank you so much for your support, and I sincerely request each one of you to subscribe to my channel. If you have not subscribed so far, just below the video there is a subscribe button. If it is black, that means you have already subscribed. If it is red, please press the button subscribe, then press the bell icon also, which will notify my future presentations to you without any effort. Thank you so much.